Full Easter Sunday, a special day, and we have a special gentleman who's in studio with us today as we welcome Overcoming Health Issues with Batson and Associates. As we welcome Dr. Batson on board. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Mr. Carter. How are you, sir?
Good on you.
I'm great, man. I'm great. Pleasant good morning, as they say. Happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday to the listeners of Sky 99.5 and yourself. Always a pleasure to be in your company, discussing health from a natural and integrated perspective. So, of course, we didn't want to forget you, even though it is Easter Sunday, and a lot of you, have taken to the beach, which a good form of relaxation. Some of you guys in Tobago right now are enjoying that salt water. So, soak it up, enjoy it. Stay safe. Don't do too much of the wrong things that the because sometimes the line could get a little exciting. Be safe with all of that, especially as regards to the beaches, because this time of the year, for some reason, we just end up with some situations where the water is concerned. So if it is, you're heading to the beach, be safe, be vigilant. And follow instruction wherever they tell you that you can go, and wherever you're not supposed to go, try and stay away from there. So today we're discussing health as usual from a natural and integrated perspective. We will, of course, take your calls. Those of you who are able to call, we'll also take your messages. We had a very interesting program last Sunday, and of course, that marathon that we are running, or I should say I am running, at Batson and Associates, because we normally have our in-house consultants, which would be, of course, let me say a pleasant good morning to Ms. Karishma Ramdan, Mr. Paul Green, Mr. Rene Bastamante, and Mr. Stefan Vialva. Always a pleasure to work with these individuals, quite apt and astute in what they do. Some of the best blood consultants in the Caribbean, understanding blood microscopy. And that, of course, is one of the packages that we offered with the that walk-in special that we're doing at Batson and Associates, where I am concerned, Dr. Batson, where I will actually be the one evaluating and going through your program, your protocol rather, at least for the first time, and then subsequent to that, if of course you need to see me at some point in time, that is not an issue, but keep in mind that that's the reason why we have the consultants. It's a system in place that is designed to be effective and efficient, most importantly, to give you what it is you're looking for. So again, a pleasant good morning. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And let me say a pleasant good morning to Ms. Vidya Abdul, Mr. Kyle Thomas, Ms. Annie Grant. Pleasant good morning to you guys. Our Instagram family has already joined us. We have the Voice, a pleasant good morning to you, SS Beckles 88, and number one Trini all the way joined. You always get me with these Instagram names, and I had to careful about reading some of these things. So those of you, we are also on TikTok now. I don't know offhand what our TikTok handle is. I think before the end of the program, maybe I'll be able to get it from Shakil. He might just write it down on something for me, so I could at least let you guys know to check us out on TikTok. And we putting up some very good content there. We have put some stuff regarding Santulan, what is Santulan, what it does, and of course we'll be up continuing those in terms of ingredient profile and that type of thing, testimonies. It's all about information. It's all about sharing and helping you to do better, to feel better, to look better. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Margaret Thomas George and Leslie Ann. She says, morning, Dr. Batson. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you too, Leslie Ann. So this morning, you guys know we have spoken about almost well, you can't really, I don't think I've ever covered, obviously, the 52,000 named diseases that they have, right? We normally do the popular ones. We'll do diabetes, we'll do hypertension. I did hypertension for quite a while. Rheumatoid arthritis is something close to my heart because I feel so sorry for persons who have this debilitating pain for years, and it gets so bad that they could actually be twisted and contorted, just because of being sick and not really knowing what to do. Right? Let me say a present good morning to Joey Francis. He says, "Hi, Dr. Batson, good day. How is a fractured vertebrae mended?" All right, good. So I'll answer that question just now. Miss Grace Williams, good morning to you. She says, "Good Sunday morning. Happy Easter Sunday morning to you and to all the listeners." Good morning to you, Miss Williams. And Miss Akisha R has just joined us on our Instagram. So let me just answer Mr. Joey Francis' question very quickly. The thing is, any fractured, in this case of the vertebrae, which is a serious aspect of the skeletal system, that is, of course, the spine itself. The thing is, one of the principles of clinical nutrition, which is one of my areas of specialization. And if you didn't know what clinical nutrition is, you could go and look, you could go and search it, right? Clinical nutrition is the science of nutrition as it relates to treating patients with specific medical conditions, as well as clients that require rehabilitation or whatever the case may be. So, like, for example, this question that Joey Francis is asking, where he's talking about a fractured vertebrae being mended, means that it is an aspect associated with regeneration and repair in the body. So if you're looking to speed up repair or increase repair in the body, which is something I always urge my clients to do, especially when we're dealing with persons who may have had injuries, persons who may have done surgery. You want to give the body nutrition that is going to help it to heal faster than normal. So I'll repeat that again. You can have a nutritional protocol that is specifically designed by someone like myself or the consultants that work with me, that is going to specifically target helping your body to heal faster than usual. Because I have done work, I have rather done some work with athletes as regards to sports nutrition and rehabilitative nutrition, having dealt with so many persons with diabetes, especially when we have to deal, or when I am consulting with someone who has a wound, especially, diabetic wounds are very, very difficult to deal with. And there are actually specific nutritional protocol that can actually help to speed those things up. So what I'll advise to you, Joey Francis, definitely look at your water intake. That's very, very important. Always, for anything in the body, it starts with hydration, proper hydration at that. You would want to look at your nutrient dense food. So there's a product that we carry at Batson Associates called Optimizer, and that is exactly what it does. Optimize the environment and actually increase or promote an environment that is conducive to healing. So you would find antioxidants, you will find adaptogens in that. There's also a product that we carry known as inflammation formula, one of my favorite, simply because of the way it actually addresses inflammation in the body. And the good thing about it is that the new inflammation formula that we have, a lot of people didn't know that we had a new one, is what they did is that the ingredient profile was stronger from the perspective of the whole berry concentrate that they would normally use. So the product has a higher concentration now, even though the liquid itself looks thinner, right? And not necessarily as thick as the other one was, so less thick, but more concentrated, right? And that, of course, helps significantly with improving oxidative stress in the body. It helps significantly with speeding up the body's ability to reduce inflammation and reduce cortisol, because cortisol is the stress hormone in the body. And anytime you're dealing with injury, and when we're speaking about injury, speaking about anything, falls, burns, if you were injured, large cuts, those type of things, you want to ensure that you give your body what your body needs so that it heals. And not only that, when you're dealing with like marks and cuts and those things, a lot of y'all vein now, you want your skin to heal nice. Everybody know you have a big slash on your back or cut or whatever it is you had. All right, so that's something and a service that we do offer. So I suggest at least you don't necessarily have to come in, but if you message us on the 3149975, I can make a recommendation. But I could tell you off the top of my head, definitely increase your water intake. you could check out our Alkagen water, that premium alkaline water that we offer at Batson and Associates. And of course, check out the inflammation formula as well as the optimizer. Very, very, very good product. But again, your hydration is important. If you're not drinking sufficient water, people, you're spilling it up in mud. You're not making any sense. Okay, we have Joy Smiles Dental. Sita Singh 2 has joined us. Freaky Barbie 24 has joined us. Miss Grace Williams, good morning to you. I'm pronouncing your name properly. It's Zaya, I believe it is. X is pronounced Z, right? So Zaya Chambers. Cancer spread from colon to liver. What can be done? Okay. The thing is, when you're dealing with cancer, and I'm glad that you brought this up, and I continue to see people with cancer suffer unnecessarily. Really, really unnecessary. I really feel sorry for you guys. And again, I will always tell you that I am not in the politics of medicine. I will continue to tell you guys that because I am not. I am not in the to and fro and the back and forward. I don't have time for that nonsense. I really, 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 I have too much work to do. Too much people to help, too much, uplifting things, because a lot of people who talk and it'll speak what people like myself do, they don't do anything close to what we do, right? They can have records. I have documented information. Even this week I felt so good because there's this particular client that I have, of course, for personal information I can't give all his name, or give out his name, of course, his or her name rather. But this is a client that I've been working with for a while, and they have problems with their kidneys. So the thing is, when you're looking at your kidney, there's something known as your your GFR, which stands for your glomerular filtration rate. Trinidad and Tobago, the listeners of Sky 99.5. Let me tell you something. Watch me. Good news is good news, Since I've been working with this client, when this client came to me, this client's kidney was stage 3B. No, in fact, no, it wasn't 3B, it was 4. This person's kidney was stage 4. The nephrologist told them that when you're stage 4, so stage 4 would be, what's the number, boy? I'm going to get the number for you guys just now. Now, I know what the glomerular filtration rate is now, but when they came to me, it was under 60. Well under 60. So it could have been maybe like about 50 or 40 or somewhere around there. But I know they were stage 4 kidney, right? We worked and we started to go up. The creatinine was improving, the bond is improving. So every 4 months, they will do a new kidney for me, a new kidney report, right? So they'll do the creatinine, the bond, everything. Watch my man. That was one of the best pieces of news I got week before last. When this person came, because the individual that I'm dealing with is very, what's the word, boy? They almost OCD in a good way, where the way they keep the record. So what they did is that they had all their readings for the creatinine, the bond, they put it in like an Excel spreadsheet. So it will have the year or the date that the test was done, and then it would have the readings coming down. So you'll see the creatinine, the bond, the EGFR, and that kind of thing. Let me tell you something. And every time we did over the test, there was improvement. But this time here was the largest and the best improvement we got. Do you now know that this person has now reached and gone up to stage 2? So they moved from stage, over a period of 1 year, we have moved from stage 4 kidney to stage 2. And doctors, there are people who will walk around and tell you that that is impossible. No, and that is not the first time we have done that. We have done it on numerous occasions. Numerous occasions. So that means if you have a problem with your kidney, and please, Trinidad and Tobago, listeners of Sky 99.5, do not wait until. But I am saying to you, we move from stage 4, to stage 2. There was a lady I have in Tobago, bad hypertension. It was terrible. And again, consistency would get you. I always tell people, you maintain things with consistency. So the thing is, when we were finished, in her case, she went from stage 3B to stage 2. And this is a person with who had chronic hypertension. I'm talking about hypertension readings, blood pressure readings, Not one, like 150 something, 190 something, 200 and something over one something. Chronic hypertension. But look at the results that we got. So it just goes to show, and that's why I tell persons, I am not in the politics of medicine. I don't have time for foolishness. You want results, you're willing to work, we will get results for you. This is a old talk. I'm not the person for that. I don't have time for that foolishness. I want serious people. When you come, you understand A is A, this is what you're doing. Right now you're at point A, we need to get you to point B, and this is what you need to do to get from point A to point B. Go do over your test, bring it. Come, let's look. Improvement? Okay, good. How far are we going? Okay, come, we're going again. Because you came for specific, and that particular individual that I'm telling you about, they were diligent in what they followed instruction to the letter. They use some common sense too, which is something I like people to do. But look at the results we got. The thing is, when this individual came to me, they were on about 15 different types of medication. You know how much stuff, medication they're taking now? One. And they don't even use it every day, and that's the one for the pressure. They may use it like once every 3 days because they were saying, Dr. Batson, if I use it every day, the pressure going down too low. And that's because we have put certain things in place to correct those situations. All right. So, as regards to the question that was asked, with the spread of cancer from the colon to the liver, let me tell you something. Anyone who has cancer, and if you treat that cancer using chemotherapy and radiation, and you ignore proper clinical nutrition, you're going to be in some problems. Cancer always comes back, to people who do not. I made a bold statement, and it is bold and it is correct. If you have cancer, if you know anyone who has cancer, I don't care what it is you're doing. I leave that up to people's personal choice because nobody ain't gonna say, Batson, tell them not to go and do chemotherapy, and then it's because I get a lawsuit. I'm not going through that. You will never say that I tell you, because I would not say something like that. It will be irresponsible for me to do that. What I would tell you is, listen to me. That is your choice. But whatever you decide to do, I am working with you. And I am going to the person who is going to fix your nutrition, because you have to. Nutrition is paramount. Listen to me. You all don't understand this nutrition thing properly, And one of the reasons for that is because we were baited and switched in school. They give you a listing which is called dietary recommendation, or there is something known as daily allowance. Listen to me. That thing is such a waste of time. It's not funny. It is devoid of where they tell you, so your daily allowance, where they tell you need a certain amount of copper, you need a certain amount of iron, you need a certain amount of vitamin D, you need a certain amount of magnesium. Listen to me. None of those things correct. None. Because when those studies were done, one, they were done like 1,000 years ago, and they never revisited them. And they were done on athletes. They were done on persons who, like, from 20 to 25 years or 18 to 25. How you could do a study on nutrition with people 18 to 25? Really? These young, strong, vibrant people, you can't do nothing like that. We need to have a larger group to examine. And then you have to do like triple blind and not even a double blind placebo study. You have to do triple blind placebo. So that a clinical study like that would have to be so in depth that it covers our. So in other words, that's like you coming to tell me that someone who's 85 years eating the same way, eating the same way or using the same nutrition of a 25-year-old track and field runner. Really? Two extremes, two different. The requirements, the nutritional requirements for those individuals are going to be different. And that's why half of y'all in a bag of problems, because you do not know and understand proper nutrition. And sometimes the things you're supposed to fear, or you don't fear. Imagine I told a lady to drink a tablespoon of olive oil every day, and she look at me and tell me that wouldn't kill her. I died. I was like, "How you mean?" I said, "Olive oil can kill you. What kind of nonsense you talking? You just read anything? Go and read, because she has bad hypertension, bad knee problems, bad gastrointestinal stomach, and problems. You're constipated." And all I told them to do. Now, this wasn't a client. This is someone I met in I went somewhere and someone called me, and she was like, "Doctor," and she was like, "What type of doctor you are?" And then I started telling her, and she was explaining what was wrong with her. And I told her, to use a tablespoon of olive oil every day. I said, good, proper quality olive oil. And they found that so insignificant. And that's the problem with a lot of yours. The things that are basic, you all look at it and laugh on it and figure, and that is what's going to help you all. Like water, for example. If you go to your doctor, I repeat this over and over. If you go to a doctor and you are sick, and the doctor does not ask you how much water you drink, how often you go to the washroom, and they should ask you your diet too, because I ask you all to give me examples, because some of you all just eat a bag of foolishness, not even one day for the week, but every day. You must be sick. And then they pour you, they're pulling out all your blood, they're scanning the living daylights out of you, make you spend how much money and nothing, and they still can't tell you what's wrong with you, and you're still sick. You can see some all like that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not in the politics of medicine. So Zaya Chambers, we could correct that situation. If it is you want, you could give us, you could message us on 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Our Shogunas office is located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number is 222, that's 222-8261. And yours truly, Dr. Jason Batson, is going to be in the Shogunas office this coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So those dates are going to be, I believe it's the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th, but just one second. So, of course, and it is a walk-in clinic, so you do not necessarily have to have an appointment yet. So it's Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, and Wednesday the 19th. Now, what it is we have to do, because of the volume of work that we have, we actually have to now add 3 additional days um for Shogunas. And those additional days that we would be adding would be the 25th as well. No, it will be 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So that's the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So if it just means, because I know there's a kind of time of the month, people will be like, oh God, that kind of close to month end, you know. So even if it is just to get your consultation, and you can always come back to get what it is you need to get, because remember, peace, 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 this make the whole thing. And I always tell persons, because there's a financial consequence to everything. And we know how things going now, especially because of COVID, real people balling. So we understand that, at the end of the day, you have to be your neighbor's keeper. And, you get a little discount here, you change up the thing. The good thing about it, and that's one of the reasons why we bring in so much teas, because tea a little reasonable, depending on how your money running. If you have a little $200, you could say, well, okay, I'll get 2 bottles of water, I get some circulation tea, or I get some lungs tea, or you have a little $100, you get a bottle of water. You could do something. You could do something. Don't sit down and say, oh God, no, don't do that. I always tell persons, if you think health expensive, try sickness. You think I came up with that saying just so? I came up with that maybe about 10 years ago, after 3 years in practice. You know why? Because I realized when people neglect their health, and water more than flour, as my great grandmother used to say, listen to me, is pressure in your skin. You're trying to do anything because you want to live. My question to you is, why wait so long? Why are you waiting until, look, someone called me recently, they cut off the person's foot, clean enough. And the persons who recommended them said, hey, it's somebody in the medical sector say, hey, you never hear about this man, boy, why it is he didn't like to? I said, like, why all he didn't call me? Well, but the thing is, and that's why I'm telling you all, you see, emergency, so some of us just play with our body, We play with our body in the sense that our body warns us and gives us safeguards, because there are safeguards that the human body has. It's very rare. Let me tell you something. You have to be in a really bad situation. Your health has to be horrible and significantly compromised for you to get a stroke. So anybody out there who ever get a stroke, you had to take some blame. You had to take some blame. Something your body was telling you and you wasn't paying attention to. Maybe you had like plenty cigarette, you had like plenty rum. Now you're church, you're very easy church now, which is good. But before that, you was a baddest. You smoking, you're drinking, you're doing all kind of thing. You think your body forget that? The strain, the damage is there. You have not, what's the word I want to use, boy? You have not specifically targeted the oxidative stress, the inflammatory response, the acidic stress inside of your body, and the toxins. Do you know that toxins can stay in your body for years? Like when I say years, I'm talking about like 50 years and thing, because there is something. Toxins have the ability to hide in or to store themselves in tissues, especially fat. You see fat? And this is no offense to anyone who is obese. When it is you're big and you're obese and you're carrying a weight that you're not comfortable with, listen to me, you're not only carrying fat there, no. Toxins love fat. They love it, love it, love it, love it. You know why? Because fat has the ability to hold rubbish without causing it to stay in the corner there. Fat acts like a buffer. So sometimes some people put on weight because your body trying to save you, because you're so toxic and you have so much things inside of there that your body is now trying to hold it. What do you think fibroids is? You think fibroids is just come just like that? Fibroids is rubbish. Fibroids is inflammation in the uterus. Men, when you have prostatitis and BPH, which is benign prostatic hyperplasia, what do you think that is? That is rubbish in your prostate. You know how I know it's rubbish? Let me explain to you why. Because when you do an ultrasound, the ultrasound is going to show the prostate enlarged. What do you think it enlarged with? What do you think it have inside of the air? That's not air, that's inflammation, rubbish, set of dead cells, inflammatory chemicals, things like prostaglandins and cytokines. That is what is there. When you think you get kidney stone, what do you think a kidney stone is? Rubbish. What do you think gallbladder stones is? Rubbish. It is just concentrated to a particular area because of what it is. Anybody who end up with gallstones is people who love dairy. You love a butter, you love a cheese, you love a ice cream, you love a chocolate. Greedy down, bad, bad. That's all you eating. And eventually you end up with gallbladder stones. Why? Because the rubbish, because your body cannot process that type of saturated fat and all those hydrogenated oils and things. Your body cannot process that. So what it is you end up with? A kidney stone. And you like a big boo-boo, gone now, and then doctor telling you they want to shatter stone. Next thing is because they shatter more than your stone and because your kidney ain't good and all kind of thing. Rubbish. Rubbish. You're not drinking sufficient water. Hmm? Gallstones, where people you go on and take out your good whole gallbladder God give you. You get a whole gallbladder, sorry, for you to wait. What is the purpose of your gallbladder? Hmm? Your gallbladder is deal with something called bile. Bile is produced where? Bile is responsible for what? The emulsification of fats, lipids. So when you eating rubbish that you're not supposed to eat, which all of us just eat sometime, we're saying that, a little, as I tell people, my number is, they say 80-20. My number is 80. Well, these days I'm doing 80-20. Normally I try to do a little 90-10, 90% good, 10% bad. You might eat a little fried chicken, you might, nobody is saying, no, come home from work a day, thing, it's holiday, good. I wouldn't kill you for that. But it's the overdo, that is the problem. So you end up with a gallstone, you get in pain, then you go by the doctor do a scan and say you have a gallstone. You know what they're going to tell you? Batson will tell you, here what, come, get some alkagen water, get some santulan, and go and get some rough skin lemon and olive oil. And you take a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of rough skin lemon. You mix it together and you drink it in the morning and in the night. And you take santulan with water 5 o'clock in the evening. Listen to me, all them stone and them gone. And you don't know where they're gone. I tell you so. Because it is a buildup of what? Rubbish. The rubbish truck ain't passed by your gallbladder in a while. In this, it's full. Dustbin full up. That's what that is. Fibroids, polycystic ovaries, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. Whenever they do an ultrasound on a female who has endometriosis, what is endometriosis? Thickening of the uterine lining. So it means you have bulk, you have rubbish inside of this. So if your uterus is supposed to be the size of a lime, a regular lime, your uterus is the size of a grapefruit. All of that is uterus? No. If the uterus is supposed to be the size of a lime, how in God's name is it the size of a grapefruit? Because it have what inside it? Rubbish. Rubbish. That's what that is. So cancer, when you're talking about cancer, I always tell persons, you think cancer, this come just so? So before I continue that, let me just say some good morning to some individuals. Mary Green, a pleasant good morning to you. Ali Berry. She says, good morning and happy Easter to you, Dr. Batson. Blessings upon you and your practice. Thanks so very much. Miss Carol Myers, good morning to you, my dear. Miss Felicia James, good morning to you. Miss Denise Hurst, a pleasant good morning to you. Listening to us out of Antigua? Yes, Antigua. Miss Pamela Moses, the young lady from South Bay. How you doing? Roma tell me you came there today for Santulan. Miss Ria Harikisun, pleasant good morning to you. Miss Sarah Bethel McIntosh, good morning to you. Dulcita Roberts, good morning to you as well. Miss Jennifer Valentine, a pleasant good morning to you listening out in Texas there. Miss Marge Hills, pleasant good morning to you. Um, Zaya Chambers says, could cancer patients use alkaline water? Of course they can. Definitely. Alkagen water, rather. Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right. There's plenty questions come through here, boy. All right, just now, guys, I come in for you all day. All right, so Rich March Hills, Miss Alberta Francois, Sharon Theodore, pleasant good morning to you. Keep in mind, listeners of Sky 99.5, you are in the discussion as well. So let me just go over to Mr. Carter and allow him to give you the telephone numbers, the WhatsApp, and I'm going to just continue saying hello to the necessary individuals here. Those of you who listening rather, who have not liked us, have not shared us, or you're just not on our platform, feel free to join us. You're going to get notifications as regards to when we have in programs. And of course, you're going to see all the information that you need to see from Batson and Associates. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes, my friend. Oh, the numbers to call are 625-2759. That's 625-2759 or 624-7729. I see a lot of you have messages on the WhatsApp. We're going to get to that pretty soon. And to those of you who are trying to get through to the WhatsApp, you can send a message to 333-9950. All right, let me repeat those numbers again to call. That's 625-2759 or 624-7729. Back to you, Dr. Batson.
Yes. So as I was saying, keep in mind that open clinic day. So by popular demand, we had to basically extend it. So I'm making myself available for this month. The real work in me, but such is life. No complaints here. So the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, and that's at the Shoguna's office, as well as the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So Shoguna's office would have gotten the entire month of April. So when we go to May, God's willing, we will be dealing with Debe. Debe is the first, the second, and the third. So I have to deal with Debe, Tobago, and then St. James. St. James, before I come to you guys, I have to go to Tobago because, of course, we have our opening. It would be normal little quiet thing. We ain't doing it as big as we had intended to do it. Simply because we have the basic and everything in place, but there are some more things that we want. So I want to ensure the most important thing we helping people and we getting things done. So Tobago is going to be most likely from the middle of May. But Shogunas, of course, and that office, of course, is the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And that, of course, is giving you an opportunity to have your one-on-one with Dr. Batson and his consultant. So, of course, if you're doing the blood, the scan, those reports are normally prepared for me. And, of course, I will review if you have any scan, any blood test, especially in connection with the issue that you have. So if you have a kidney problem, and I am, as I was speaking about the individual with the situation with the kidney, I mean, watch me, they were so happy. I mean, I don't think they was happier than me, because when I get good news like that, I am very, very excited because, of course, it again, concretizes in my mind and really validates what I do as regards to helping people. And I know it works. I always, because, a lot of people say, and that's why I say I'm not in the politics of medicine, because people will tell you, those things don't work. You taking herbs and, you always have a specialist who knows something. And I always tell persons over and over again, leave clinical nutrition to the clinical nutritionists and the internal medical specialists like myself. That's my job. My job is to any disease and issue you come to me with, listen to me. There is something that could help you. But you have to understand that we need to deal with what? The root cause of the problem. Plenty of y'all killing all yourself because all you do no better and some all you just harden. So stop it now. Please. You know you have diabetes. Diabetes is not your friend. Diabetes. Listen to me. People playing with diabetes is like, I don't know who no, well, hypertension was, because hypertension will give you an emergency. Diabetes is take a little while to kill you. They make you suffer, drag you along, that kind of thing. Especially when you're taking a bag of medication and you're eating properly and you ain't doing no exercise, you ain't doing nothing sensible in that. All you're doing is just sucking down medication and eating foolishness. You are going to die. I mean, we all have to die someday, you know. Nobody is saying no. But at the same time, is how it is. You have your good 2 foot. You born walking, you know. You grow up walking. You used to run. You used to play a little football. You're playing some sports. Or one like me who have a hot foot, I cannot stay quiet one way. I like to knock about. You want to go a little hike or something. You could imagine you lose your 2 good foot. You can't go nowhere. Where you going? That right? Tell me. That right? Imagine you born, you come into this world seeing, you know, the creator, you come in this world seeing, you know what color is, you know what is yellow, you know what is orange. You're accustomed seeing yourself in a mirror. You're seeing your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren, and you know what it is. You lose your eyesight. Think about that for a minute, now, man. I'm trying to sow all you on a resurrection Sunday. But then this is the time, because if you're a believer and you believe in the resurrection and you believe in Jesus Christ and what Jesus Christ did, then you're supposed to take better care of your body. You don't find so? It would annoy me greatly and anyone if I give you a gift. I take my good money and go and spend and buy a nice vehicle for you, or buy a bag for you, or a watch for you, or something I buy for you. I take it with my heart and soul. I spend my money and I get something for you. It wasn't so much the money, you know, but it was the thought behind it. And somebody just take it and mash it up. How you feel? You ain't gonna feel good, right? That's what some of y'all doing. You get your good proper body. God give you a good proper body. Your ears working good, your eye working good, your brain. Well, some people, we know that some people that don't really work too good, in the sense that there are more mad people outside than inside. But you know what I mean? Because I little into right in my head too. Yes, I'll be mad in this world to make it. Because imagine I went and do integrative medicine. I did not become an MD or an MBBS like everybody wanted me to do, because I was always hardened. I said, no, 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 no. I don't want to do that. I don't have the desire to do it. It doesn't appeal to me. Really don't see the sense in it. I mean, I'm not saying that Western medicine doesn't have its place. It does. I just didn't want to practice it, because I found with clinical nutrition and integrative medicine, I find the scope was broader. The knowledge was amazing, and I continue to learn, and I'm always amazed at what the human body could do once it is given the correct things. So that's the point I'm making. You're gonna lose your good eyesight. You know it is. You have to eat food now. People bringing things for you to eat. One like me, I just smell food. I don't care where. My mother always buff me up for that. You could bring a plate of food for me now. I could be in a restaurant. I smell in that food. People just say that's a bad habit. That's your business. I'm not eating nothing I don't smell. You're crazy. I smell in it, and I seen it too. So you could imagine I cannot see now. Well, my nose ain't going to even help me there in that situation. I don't know what you're bringing for me. It could answer that food. I just saying. People had a bathe here. A man like me who just want a proper bathe, when I bathe, not gonna half an hour in a bathroom. You could imagine you sick. You had to take a sponge off and cool yourself. And if they're in a hurry, you ain't get clean good neither. So we're really doing. We're really doing. So when people really sit down and take this thing at its core, which is what it is, the core humanity. You watch me ever take care of somebody who's sick. You ever see somebody with a bed sore? You know what a bed sore does look like? Ask them nurses on them in the hospital. Listen to me. Sickness not nice. It not nice. Yes, is a part of sin, but there are things that you could do to better the situation. We have people, I tell you this, some of y'all suffering and some of y'all bringing upon sickness upon yourself. I had the privilege to meet, well, I say privilege because the person young, this particular individual recently, with a situation associated with diabetes. And watch, my heart was in my hand. You know why? because the doctors that child went to, they could have do better than what they do. How in God's name could you put a 4-year-old child on insulin and tell the parents that they'll live on insulin for the rest of their life? When is the lifestyle that put the child there in the first place? That's what you went to school and learn? Really? That's the best alternative. That's the best solution you could have come up with. So you all understand what you're dealing with. If it is you do not help yourself, nobody will help you, darling. Nobody. I learned that a long time in life. Get up and do what you need to do. Because let me tell you something, is when you're sick, is then it is know who really for you, especially when you're real sick. Because let me tell you something, if you lose your kidney function and you're on a dialysis machine, somebody has to take you to dialyze, 3 times a week. So if you have a wife or your spouse, whether it's male or female, whatever the case may be, or you have children, they have to take time off because plenty of people can't drive and go and do dialysis. Somebody has to take you there. You know what you eventually become? A burden. And people don't tell you these things, but it's the harsh reality. That is what it is. So if you could avoid that, as my great-grandmother used to say, common sense make before book, and an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. That's all I mean telling you. I come my bats and spend $1 million. You know, I'm not telling you that. You know. As I always tell people, you can listen to me and don't come to me. That's all right. I wouldn't vex with you for that. I wouldn't vex with you for that at all. But at the end of the day, it's a radio program I do it, and everything, you know, is a business we're running. So we understand that. We ain't robbing nobody. You come, you get your products. But you have things like Optimizer, Nerve Restore, inflammation formula, advanced chlorophyll, cerebral, proper thing to help you. So let me tell you something today. Listeners of Sky 99.5, you stay away from the politics. Hey, here it is, I tell you. 2 things I do discuss. 3, in fact. Religion, politics, and the politics and medicine. I don't discuss them things because I'm going to cause argument and I will start to tell you, well, it's not that we can agree to disagree, you know. But what I'm saying, you stay out of the politics, mind your business. You know, you have diabetes, do not go and ask no doctor about nothing out, no supplement. Don't. Because they would not give you an honest answer because they do not know. You cannot answer what you don't know. You need to come to somebody like myself or somebody, I don't know, one of my competitors or something. I can't class anybody as regards to their ability. I know my ability. I know what I'm able to do. Don't ask me about anybody else. But I still going to be satisfied if you must go by one of my competitors and ask a question and get something to help yourself because too much people suffering unnecessarily. You come into this world walking, you know, and now you have no legs. You in a wheelchair. Somebody had to bathe you. No, that ain't right. That ain't right at all. Alberta Francis, pleasant good morning to you. Sharon Theodore. She says, bless good morning, Dr. Batson. Happy Easter to all viewers. Verna Gustin is Dominica is listening. Good morning, Dominica. Miss Frederica Joseph. Good morning, Dr. Batson and associates. Happy Easter to all who celebrate. God bless you all. Miss Veronica Young. Good morning, Dr. Batson and associates. Blessing. Same to you. Paula Farinha. She says, happy Easter, Doc. Listening from Georgetown. Hey, we are Guyana in the house, boy. Guyana. I can't remember only just now, you know. Zaya Chambers says, would you be in St. James? I'll be in St. James, God's willing, on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm actually working in St. James. Halle Berry says, hi, Dr. Batson. I would like to speak to you, please. Okay, no problem. What you'll have to do, Halle Berry, is if you could message me on 314-9975. I don't know which part of the world you're in. If you're in Trinidad and Tobago or you're overseas. If you're overseas, of course, 868-314-9975. That's our WhatsApp number. Carl Thomas says, that's the hard truth. That's scary. Good morning to you again, sir. Jennifer Valentine. Zaya Chambers says, could cancer patients use alkaline water? Yes, I had answered that. Jennifer Valentine. Mr. Kyle Thomas says, that is a good revelation. Ms. Maria Cooper says, blessed morning to you, Dr. Batson and associates. Okay. Ooh, they come out for me this morning, boy. I see more questions than I could read. Okay, Halle Berry says she's in England. All right, Halle. So message 868-314-9975 and I will handle it to suit, my dear. Kerry Lachu says, good morning, doctor. Did you get any women's formula? This is a miracle tablet. Yes, Miss Lachu. We actually got women's formula this week here. And we have also gotten back Uterine Plus, that product that helps with fibroids, polycystic ovaries, ovarian cysts, painful menstrual cycle, those women who have a lot of problems with bleeding, that type of thing. We have gotten back Women's Formula and the Uterine Plus. Again, that was an ingredient issue that we were having with our suppliers. You know how it is. This war is not making things any better. It's a little quiet. It's only if you're doing certain things you'll realize how it's sort of, it interfering with the supply chain, sorry. But God is good, man. Miss Joan Williams Roach, she says, good morning to the best doctor. I'll take that. Celeste Richardson Woodley, good morning. Listening from Aruba. Aruba is in the house, man. Rena Noel, what can my husband take for high blood pressure? Thank you, Dr. Batson. Let me tell you something. High blood pressure patients need to watch a few things. Watch your meat intake. Meat eaters, hypertension is very easy to get because of when your body have to break down that protein, that nitrogenous waste increases surface tension in your arteries and a whole host of things to contribute to hypertension. So they need to look at that. I would suggest if you do have access to the alkagen water, start to use it because that is going to help to start a detox and open the channels, increase more oxygen. There's a hypertension tea, and I shouldn't be saying this, that we usually have. The one that we would have gotten, which is the same as the circulation tea, which is a very good product. We're going to have that back in stock this week. There is a new one that we get in, which is basically a updo or a renew or improvement on the last one that we had. And I'm very excited about that because we used to have issues with the amount that we would get because it's like we treat a lot of hypertensive individuals. We deal with a lot of persons with poor circulation, and you find that we weren't able to have the numbers. So we have fixed that problem now, and in about the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a very, 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 when I tell you, very, very good tea for hypertension. I cannot wait. And poor circulation. So look out for that. Issa Ibrahim. But I see bye. I don't know if it is you had asked a question and I didn't answer a question. But I'm trying to see how. Oh, good. Issa Abraham, can't listen to any more of that. Oh, okay. First simpletons. Okay, apparently you have an issue. You have an issue, the wrong person. You could stay off my live. I didn't invite you in. And I always say that anybody who disagree with what I'm saying or you have an issue, there's an exit button. I didn't call you. You can't come in my house and tell me what to cook and what to eat. You're mad? Have a good day. All right, Victoria Young. Veronica Young says good day. Rena Noel, what can my husband... Okay, right, I answered that. Let me see, Miss Towers, Instagram. We have Batson and Associates TT on Instagram. Honey 1965 says, good morning, Dr. Batson. Nerve Restore is a boss, Dr. Batson. Yeah, you're telling me that's my favorite product. I love that product. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Trinity 35 says, blessed, beloved Dr. Batson, top of the morning from Canada. Please do same to you. Thanks for joining us. Queen Medina, good morning, Dr. Batson, watching from Atlanta, Georgia. Blessings. Same to you, my dear. Kev K Pro, Sexy Kitten 30 has just joined us. All these Instagram names, I swear. Rena Noel. No disrespect, I just swear. Yeah, I just have to make sure I pronounce it properly now. Because some of them just sound like curse. Like curse words. All right. Rena Noel, how can I order? I live in the US. Okay, you can give us a call, area code, of course, or message us 1-868 314 9975. That's 1-868 314 9975. Miss Pamela Phillip, good morning to you. Good. So I believe that was almost everyone there. Someone is saying, Queen Medina, good morning to you. Mina, the one, good morning to you as well. Someone is asking the question, and I'll just answer this question before I go over to Mr. Carter there on Sky 99.5 and take some of your questions. So again, keep in mind, I am in St. James, and I said I'm in St. James Wednesday here. Which is Wednesday of this week. And then from next week, it's back in Shogunas. And then the next week, it's Shogunas again. So Shogunas is the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. That's the 17th. So it's Monday, the 17th, Tuesday, the 18th, Wednesday the 19th, and then we go Monday the 24th, Tuesday the 25th, and Wednesday the 26th of April, God's willing. Okay, Miss Carol Myers shared a live. Okay, so I think yes, and Miss Jennifer Valentine. Please do not forget Tuesday. Yes, Miss Valentine, I have a consultation, I believe, with you. Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? I believe it's Wednesday now. But I'll verify it, my dear. No, I wouldn't forget. Um, Richardson Woodley is listening from Aruba. So, Mr. Carter, let me just give the number again. So that number for Shagona's office number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That office is now opening from Monday to Saturday. We used to only from Wednesday, but we have corrected that. That was since COVID, and we never really changed it, but we corrected it as of this month gone here. All right, Debe is corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the hard-working team in Debe, Miss Roma, as well as Mrs. Donna. Good morning to you guys. Debe's telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That is located on Muniram Street in St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That telephone number is 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. Roxanne Williams, Dr. Batson, what do you have to clean the pancreas? That's a very good question, man. Okay, so when you're dealing with your pancreas is makes up which part of your body? Well, your pancreas kind of overlaps into different organ systems. So your pancreas is part of your gastrointestinal system, but it's also part of your endocrine system because it is a gland fundamentally. I mean, some endocrinologists might argue, but it overlaps because your pancreas is a organ that would be part of different organ systems. So it would be a part of the digestive system. It is also part of the metabolic system. It could also be classified as part of the digestive system as well. So we know the purpose of your pancreas. Your pancreas is responsible for the production of insulin. What is insulin? Insulin is a hormone. It is produced in a part of the pancreas known as the islet of Langerhans, and it was named after, and that is basic primary school biology, right? So when you're dealing with any organ, there is a misconception that people tell you that organs could be dead and you're alive. That's nonsense. So they tell you, well, your kidney not functioning, or your pancreas not producing insulin, and your kidney not working properly, your liver not working. Listen to me, it's just not working properly. You know, there's some people that is normally have the weekday. We have weekends, right? So you see how we have this long holiday. Here we have Wednesday, not Wednesday, sorry. We have it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Listen to me, you don't know how some of them ain't go come to work for 2 weeks. That is what your pancreas doing. Your pancreas going on a vacation, it don't mean it dead. Your gallbladder going on a vacation, its functionality is being challenged by a number of things. Primarily what? Inflammation. Inflammation. All right? And that is very, very important because excess inflammatory response causes what? Oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress? Like when things rust. If you take an apple and you cut it and it stays outside long, it starts to get black. Right. So in terms of cleaning the pancreas, what I would say, I would use the word more rejuvenate and cleanse. So I would say alkagen water, Santulan, which of course is a 7-channel detox. Santulan cleans and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Again, it cleans kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. You have an ingredient profile which it contains things papaya, myrrh, marshmallow. There's something known as persimmon leaves. If you research persimmon leaves, you'll realize that that is something that has been used in Oriental China for thousands of years. You know why they use it? It is notorious for cleaning, cleansing, and toning blood vessels. So people who have things like varicose veins, spider veins. Let me tell you something. It is the most uncomfortable thing to be unhealthy. Some people take it more than others. So if it is all of a sudden you just losing a set of weight, you want to know about what's going on with you. It could be a thyroid problem. People who have problems with the thyroid, that's actually what I was going to speak about today. All these women with these thyroid nodules and all these type of things. Miss Valentine says, if it's Wednesday, we could be a bit earlier. No problem. I will let them organize it for you, Miss Valentine. So let's go back over to Mr. Carter. Again, that number for Shagonas. Shagonas is 2228261. That's 2228261. And our WhatsApp number for Shagonas is 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Remember those open clinic days for Shagonas, first floor of Money Talks building, Montrose, Shagonas. The dates are Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, Wednesday the 19th, and then we go Monday the 24th, Tuesday the 25th, and Wednesday the 26th of April. So avail yourself of the opportunity. We do take walk-ins. Keep in mind, if you plan to do the complete blood analysis, live and dry blood, where we're actually able to see. And let me say something quickly. There are people who say, you know, I just like to walk in the realm of controversy sometimes. So there are people who tell you, well, you know, that blood analysis thing, that ain't really proving anything. Let me tell you something, that's rubbish to the highest order. They don't know what they're saying. All organisms, every last ones, including pathogens. You all know what pathogens are, right? So primary school biology. Pathogens are bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa, and worms. That is primarily, so a hookworm is a pathogen. COVID was a pathogen. COVID is what? A virus. Interestingly, there's something I'll discuss with you in a little bit as regards to what COVID would have done to a lot of people and they don't know. And I think this is something that a lot of people need to know, because I was doing a consultation for someone recently overseas and I shed light on something and she was flabbergasted. She was like, Dr. Batson, you know, I didn't even think of that. And none of the doctors had actually told her that, because after she had gotten COVID a few times and she had a lot of challenges and she was asking, well, why is this happening when this was not there before? And they were saying, well, possibly, I told her, I said, it's not possibly, it is the virus that did that. Because when pathogens enter the body, there is something that they have the ability to do. Okay, and that's something we're going to discuss in a little bit. So let me go back over to Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, you there, sir?
Yes, I am. I
Yes.
see there's one on the line for you as we speak. So
Okay.
let's take that phone.
Thank you.
Yes, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Oh, hi. Good morning, Dr. Batson.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
I am good.
Happy Sunday to you.
I want to know the benefits of the circulation tea.
Uh-huh.
Is best used.
Okay, good. No problem, my dear. All right. So benefits of the circulation tea. Okay, so circulation, I'm a big advocate of circulation, first of all, because I tell persons after your gastrointestinal system, your cardiovascular system, well, the race is between the cardiovascular system and the central nervous system as to who is the most important. But the thing is, those systems interconnect because blood is responsible. So I'll give you an example. People who end up with neuropathy, what is neuropathy? Neuropathy is nerve damage, but you can only end up with nerve damage, or not only end up, but most of the time you end up with neuropathy as a result of poor circulation. I'll say it again. You end up with neuropathy. What is neuropathy? So neuropathy is like advanced poor circulation. So neuropathy is poor circulation plus nerve damage. So diabetics know the story well when you have things like pins and needles cramping in your cars, burning under your feet, you feel like thing walking on you. Listen to me, if that happening to you, it's not jumbie, it's not a jumbie, it's not a spirit. It is an indication that you have poor circulation, and after that, you're gonna get neuropathy. And if you don't mind your business, God forbid, you might be one of those persons who end up with a piece of toe, a piece of foot. All in all with this, look, and watch me, they don't cook that enough. So, mind your business. So, the circulation tea is primarily designed to do just that, improve blood circulation. Now, one of the ingredient profile in that, as I mentioned, is something called, because Santulan has it and this circulation tea has it as well, something known as persimmon leaves. Now, let me explain something to you. The circulatory system in the body is quite advanced, but it is broken up into different types of circulation. You primarily have three types of circulation. You have pulmonary circulation, which is above your heart. You have systemic circulation, which is below your heart. And you have something known as peripheral circulation. Pay attention to the last one. That is the one that will kill you. if it doesn't work well. So peripheral circulation is responsible for things like you moving the tips of your fingers, feeling your toe. So like if somebody, so that's why, you know, there are some persons who nails, for example, and this happened a lot to diabetics, sorry, they can get cut. You could imagine a whole bottle cut you. You get a big gash on their foot, about 2 inches long, and you don't know. You could imagine you stand up on a nail that is about 2 to 3 inches. Well, not so much. Let me say a nail that may be about, it gone in the foot like was about an inch or 2 inch, and you will feel that. And what happens to people like that eventually is that it gets infected. Because remember, they're seeing that some only don't watch under all their foot. I don't know if when you bathe, if you don't wipe on their foot, because nothing can choke me in my foot, and I know. Even if it is I wasn't feeling, because when you're bathing, you just wash under your foot, and then you take your towel when you're taking your wipe on there. So I don't know how you will see under your foot. But anyway, the point is that is a sign of poor circulation, and that is what the tea does. Now, there was a liquid circulation product that we used to have before called advanced circulation. So we had balanced circulation, we had advanced circulation, and we had the circulation tea. But again, because of COVID, we weren't getting the liquid circulation, but we corrected that since, and we would start getting that product, God's willing, which is called advanced circulation. And I like that because you all realize I like a lot of liquid. The only time I was getting in capsule is because I couldn't put it in a liquid for all, or well, my suppliers could not have put it because it worked better in the capsule form. We will always take it in the form that it is better. But you all realize I love a tea. I love tea, because I find it so easy, and it's something, you know, you sit down, you're reading your papers, you're talking to your husband, you're talking to your wife, whatever the case may be, you're thinking, you have a cup of tea, you drink your tea. If you do that twice for the day, imagine it have 365 and a what? Quarter day, or third or whatever day in the year. If you drink 2 cups of tea every day, look how much tea you drink. Over 700 cup of tea. Why you think them Chinese look so nice and always slim and energetic, and they don't look old for their age? Look at the Japanese. That's the Japanese people. Look at what it is eat. Okay, so that's what the circulation tea does. Cholesterol tea is also a tea that we have, and that works pretty well because I was very satisfied with it. Because as I was saying, circulation is so extensive in the body. Remember, you're dealing with capillaries, arteries, and veins. Right? So that's primarily what it does, improve circulation. If you have a neuropathy situation, there's someone who came to me recently and they challenged me. They said, Dr. Batson, I went to people like yourself and I didn't get what I want to know. So I said, no, I am worth the wait. When you had a wait to see me, I worth every minute of your wait. I don't waste people's time purposefully. But if I'm doing my job properly. If I have 100 of you all day and number 98 have about 16 blood tests and I had to review the blood tests to know what it is I'm doing there, I am reviewing the blood tests. And not I don't do halfway work. And I will never do that. Okay, guys. Miss Rena Francis, blessed morning to you. Miss Rena Francis says, so true, nerve damages are bad for circulation. It is very, very bad. Back to you, Mr. Carter.
Yes, we actually have a couple messages here. Let me read them. Blessed morning, Doc. I tried to call. I have also a message for delivery. I'm not getting a response, and it's for the detox. So she's probably saying that she tried to contact
you all. I wonder which number she used, boy. The thing is, the 222-826 number is a landline, and that number I've had for years, so I wouldn't get rid of it. But the WhatsApp number, which is the 314-9975. I know we have a lot of work, but the people who work with me know that I don't make joke with those things. So I'm kindly asking again, if you can please send it to 314-9975. And I'm going to ensure that someone, because they check those phones are checked every day. All of the cell phones that we have are checked every day to make sure. So I apologize. Try again. It's 868-314-9975 if you're overseas, and of course if it's Trinidad Tobago, it's 314-9975. Roxanne Herbert says, hey Doc, morning to everyone on here. Good morning to you. Augustus Forrestine, good morning to you. Anyone who's asking as regards to price, you all know me. Well, if you don't know, I'm a person, I don't specifically call price of things because I find, and that's something I never did from since my beginning on the radio, excess 11 years now. And it's not because I was a smart man or trying to hide anything. I just never want it to come across as someone, selling something. So it's just a matter of calling the office and you'll be able to get the necessary information. Okay, guys. Maureen Pierre Reed says, Dr. Batson, can you drink two different type of teas in one cup, or should you drink them separately? I suggest you drink them separately. I don't like the experimentation things with tea. So the lungs. Because you see, things I don't want to tell you all where you could mix, and then I want to give all bad habit. Drink the tea straight. So if you're drinking longs, you take 2 long tea bags, and I make sure and get at least 3 cups of tea out of the bags that I use. 2 to 3 cups. Okay? Mr. Carter, to you, sir.
Yes, this gentleman would like to know, let me get that message again, I clicked the wrong one. I would like to know the chiropractor Batson deals with.
Oh, I deal with a chiropractor by the name of Mr. Narayan Budu. He is located in Maracas, St. Joseph. And I have said this before on numerous occasions. The thing is, different strokes for different folks. Let me say this quickly. I personally have dealings with the gentleman. Me personally, I remember there was a time I kind of slightly damaged. I didn't damage myself. I think I strained myself in the gym. I was doing some squats and walking lunges, and I think I misstep. And I ended up with what appeared to be sciatica. And you all know how sciatica is. I am calling it sciatica because the pain was radiating from the lower aspect of maybe about my third vertebrae, goes straight down to the left. And when I try to cross my foot or whatever the case may be, it was giving problems. So the whole long and short of the story, I deal with him a lot. My mom goes there, my sister goes there. I have recommended hundreds of people to this man, hundreds of people, and they have been satisfied. Some people, 1 or 2, because I would say if I recommend it for the sake of numbers and to illustrate the point I'm making, if I recommended 100 people, 95 were satisfied, fully satisfied. And I think even with our rating at Batson and Associates, we have like a 98% rating as regards to our satisfied clients. I think the 2%, I always try to help my colleagues to understand the importance. There is no forgetting, there's no losing files, and that we have to speak to our clients. If we call you and you don't answer when we do our feedback and we get a voice note, we would call you again. And if we don't get you, it is written in the file. So when I get your file in front of me, if you tell me that you were calling my office and you weren't getting through, or you spoke to a person, everything is documented in that file. I don't make joke with that. I'm a man with records. I don't play those games. Because it is very important that we see every single thing to ensure that we are dealing with you properly. Okay? Spice Girl, let me just highlight this quickly. Spice Girl 3357 Love says, hello, Doc. I'm in my 70s. My hearing and smell is going from Canada. What could I do? Okay, let me just answer this question quickly. The thing is, usually when you start to get older, 3 things is one to give you problems. I mean, apart from your joints. Well, everything is what to give you a problem. Let's not fool ourselves, right? But there is something that you can do or things that you can do to improve that. So if you're in your 70s and you're looking at your hearing and your smell, one of the things I would suggest is to use something to improve naturally blood flow to the brain, which is your pulmonary circulation. And that is one of the products that we carry called Optimizer. Now, there's a new product that we have, which is basically an improvement on our old product, which is something known as what is the name of that product, boy? Is it astaxanthin, boy? Not astaxanthin. Now we call it is it anthocyanin? Something like anthocyanin complex is the name of it. That is a product that is amazing because what it does, it improves blood circulation to the brain. And watch me, anything that does that is amazing because it means people who got strokes, right? You know what a stroke is, right? You have 2 types of stroke primarily. You have ischemic strokes and you have hemorrhagic strokes. Hemorrhagic strokes are bleeding strokes, and it is an interruption of blood flow to the brain, so much so that it actually causes bleeding. And then you have ischemic stroke, which is a lack of blood flow and oxygen to the brain. And as a result of that lack of blood flow, you now have brain damage. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Camille Sutton. She says, good morning, Dr. Batson. Thanks again for so much great and free information. God's continued blessing upon your ministry. Thank you so very much, my dear. Miss Kamala Samaru, good morning, Dr. Batson. When would your new office in London be opening? Miss Samaru, I know that you're waiting to see us there, but with everything that you do, you always have delays, Always have delays, because what we were doing is that without saying too much, we needed to put together certain things as regards to the plan that we were doing. And then the way that they did it, we realized we couldn't do it and we had to do it over. So we working on that very shortly, and then we had to finish Tobago office, of course. So I would say for safety, just give us a message. We're looking at maybe the end of May, God's willing. That's where our new time has earmarked. So we're going to be working on that. You could always keep in touch with us, my dear, but don't worry, we come in soon. Because I know you have been asking a while now, my dear. A pleasant good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing better. Because I know you had some challenges with, being in bed for extended periods because of your mobility situation and that kind of thing. So we come in soon. We come in soon. Miss Veronica Young says the WhatsApp number 868-373-2388. Is this the overseas numbers to order products? Yeah, you can use the, let me make sure I have it here. Yeah. So the 868-373-2388 is WhatsApp overseas for the products. However, if you message 868-314-9975, or any of those phones would be answered. Any of them. They check the phones every day. Every day those phones are checked. So if there's someone with an order there's a specific place where that is supposed to go. They call you and they start to process your order for you, or whatever the case, information, whatever it is you may need. All right. Yes, Mr. Carter. Back to you.
Yes,
Sir.
we have one more here. It's a unique question actually. Someone wants to know where grinding their feet is concerned. What causes it? It's an ageable person.
The grinding your teeth is a central nervous system problem. It is called the Optimizer, is the name of the product. That is Pat Tavares Ashton is asking, Dr. Batson, can you repeat the name of the product for blood for the brain? It's called Optimizer. Okay, so grinding your teeth. People who grind their teeth, that is actually a central nervous system function. Part of your central nervous system is comprised of a part known as your autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system is comprised of two systems. It's comprised of your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. And quite frankly, these two systems, this autonomic nervous system, is what drives your central nervous system. So people who grind their teeth a lot, people who sweat in their hands, who sweat under their feet, it is a indication of being overly parasympathetic, or in some cases sympathetic, depending on how it goes. So it's a matter of that autonomic nervous system being out of balance. And there are actually a number of things that you could do to put that into balance. Your autonomic nervous system is what is referred to as your flight or fight. That is part of that system as well. Okay. Or the anthocyanin complex is another product that we have, and that is also for brain, but its strong point is antioxidant and eye health. It's very good for eye health as well. So in that particular instance, the grinding of the teeth has to do with that autonomic nervous system. Solution, what do we carry at Batson and Associates for that? But I dealt with a client who had that and sweating under their feet. You're looking at Optimizer will help. Again, water. Look at your water intake. People always focus on the amount of water you drink. I tell you, 99% of you all sick because of little drink water. If you can afford Alkagen water, buy it. You cannot afford it, go and get a filter and filter the government water for me, please. But still drink water. Okay, good. Mr. Jonathan MacArthur White says, whoa, can't wait for the Londonville branch to be open. No problem, sir. So the anthocyanin complex as well as the Optimizer, very good for that as well. Miss Jennifer Valentine, she says, Dr. Batson, I just took my blood pressure and this is the reading. It says 132 diastolic, 132. Oh no, 132 over 72, and your pulse is 62. Should I take blood pressure meds? I wouldn't recommend you take a blood pressure medication for that. If your blood pressure is 132, 72, and your pulse is 62, no, that's good. That's good. Keep in mind, some people tell you that your blood pressure is supposed to read 120 over 80. Let me tell you something. Depending on your age, I would allow you And it is allowed because if you look at standard in terms of what is done, it has a lot to do with so let's say you're 65 years, you do some sort of activity. So you may walk maybe 15 minutes 3 times for the week. If your blood pressure reaches 140 over 75, that's a good blood pressure. That's a very good blood pressure. And of course, the more water you drink and the more you do some sort of activity, light walking, brisk walking, that kind of thing, the better your blood pressure would read. As regards to what we carry at Batson and Associates, we have blood pressure tea, we have the circulation tea, we also have liquid magnesium, very, very good form of magnesium. I always prefer magnesium that is liquid because the absorbability, the body's ability to assimilate is much better. And we have that in stock now. So that's something you could also check out as well. Maria Cooper says, I am asking for a friend, what is the wheatgrass used for? Gilliff and I love that. Wheatgrass is a nutrient-dense food. It is actually one of my favorite. It is actually one of the first products that I actually started carrying in my clinics some years ago, like 13 years ago. I like it. I like it. I find it's very good for a number of things. Once you're consistent with it, you get results. It is something that I've been using for years. So it's very good. Nutrient dense. They say 1 pound of wheatgrass is equivalent to 3 pounds of wheatgrass in 1 pound of wheatgrass is equivalent to 25 pounds of fruits and vegetables in nutritional value. Okay? Value for your money. Miss Sharon Theodore, good morning to you. She says, Dr. Batson, at the moment, my left knee is swollen right now and is painful. Will the water you have help me? Thank you again. Yes, Miss Sharon Theodore, the water will help you. What I also suggest is if funds permit, inflammation formula. Inflammation formula is one of the products that we have that bring down swelling in legs the fastest. The competition is between the inflammation formula and the optimizer. Is work good for swelling, There's a product we have, an omega with astaxanthin. That's work really good. The challenge with that, though, is that if you're a 7-day Adventist, or if you're allergic to shell food, you can't use it. Whereas inflammation formula, anybody could use, right? So that's something that you can check out, Miss Sharon Theodore. Okay, my dear. We also have joint tea, or I know we have tea coming in again. If we do not have joint tea, you can let them know. We will get joint tea in about the next week and a half, God's willing. Okay, Zai Chamber said, I messaged on WhatsApp for info since Friday. No response. I will resend a message today. Thanks. Okay, good. Yeah, do that for me, please. I want to hang any of my colleagues as yet, but oh no, Friday. Oh no, Friday we were closed. Yeah, because Friday was good. Friday was Good Friday. Oh yeah, Miss Zai, remember we were closed Friday. We closed Friday and we also closed Saturday. So we reopen on Tuesday, God's willing. All offices. I gave our very hardworking colleagues Saturday off as well, so they were able to go and knock about and do what they need to do and get the rest. So Tuesday morning, bright and early. Okay, my dear. Natalie Pacheco, yes. She says, morning, what can be used for fibroids? There's a product we have called Women's Formula. That's very good. And of course, the Uterine Plus Formula, which is a product for uterine health. And that's new and improved too, because we had one before that worked really, really good. And then we actually bettered, my suppliers actually bettered the formula, and we actually got some really, really good job. Good results with that. Okay. Mr. Adrian James is saying, good morning. I have been going Mount Hope for about 20 years because of a weak muscular problem. I can't do push-ups, and sunlight does suck out my energy fast. My eyes are droopy, can't even get a proper erection. I am not working. Doctors put me on disability. Don't have much money. Can you help with my muscle sickness? How can you help? Oh, that's so sad to hear. The thing is, if you have problems with your muscles, now there's something known as myasthenia gravis, which is actually an autoimmune condition where the muscles are significantly affected. Now, there are a number of diseases that kind of fall under that category. But what I could say is basically inflammation in your muscles. So first thing you need to do is look at your water intake. Product-wise, I would recommend inflammation formula, nerve restore. You see that nerve restore? That's our next boss product. You know why nerve restore is so good? Nerve restore has the ability to reduce cortisol levels in the body. That, listen to me, that is amazing at its best. You know why? Anything that reduces inflammatory response and reduces cortisol improves and creates an environment that is conducive to what? Healing. Some of y'all walking around in an environment that is conducive to sickness. The environment is not, and that's what I'm saying, nutrition. And that's why some programs ago, I told some people that people are malnourished and some people were offended, but there are plenty of people walking around who malnourished us. It's terrible. And I'm speaking about well-to-do people, you know. I ain't talking about no handsome or people who can afford things. I'm talking about proper rich, money coming out their nose, and poor things, they don't know better. Going to a doctor every week, every month, and whatever they're doing, and they can't help them. You know why? Because you are malnourished. Your nutrition is zero. Zero, zero. There are people walking around, zero nutrition. You remember some programs ago, I gave an example about a man who got sick at 55. He got diabetes. And then I progressively show over a 10-year period what happened to him. That's what has happened to everybody. Every single one of y'all. You know why? You are not eating properly. So there are those of you who may sit down and say, but what nonsense this man talking? I just eat really good when fruits in season. I eat fruits and I eat quinoa and I have all my salads and I have this and that. Okay, good, congratulations, you're doing well. But listen to me, you scratching the surface there. You ain't nothing yet. And don't compare yourself to people who don't eat good at all. And say, well, I don't drink soft drink, I don't do this, I don't drink alcohol. Okay, good, congratulations. However, you are malnourished. Why are you malnourished? Because your clinical nutrition is minus zero. It minus it underneath, it below. Minus figures. And that is what you have to fix. You have diabetes. What is your nutritional protocol? Plenty of your cancer, you'll say none. Zero. The most you might say, well, doc, I'm taking a little vitamins, I'm taking my medication. You ain't doing nothing. You scratching the surface. Remember what I told you about nutrition. Let me use a perfect example before I answer these questions again, and I run over to Mr. Carter to take some more questions. Answer by the show of hands, wherever it is. Well, you can't say if you can't be listening to this if you're in church. Just by a show of hands or by acknowledgement. How many of you before COVID-19 heard about vitamin D3? But answer that question for me. How many of you all knew about vitamin D3 before COVID? I guarantee about 90% of you all didn't know anything. You know why? Because that is not taught. Doctors don't know anything about that. You go and tell people. But no, everybody, yes, take a vitamin D3, take a vitamin D3. When yours truly, Dr. Jason Batson, has been using vitamin D3 for the past more than 12 years. I using vitamin D3. That anthocyanin that I talk about there, let me tell you something. You go and ask anybody what is an anthocyanin. I tell you, they're confused. Okay, so Miss June Jatan says, not me, and Miss Celicia Charles said she was taking it before. And Maureen Pierre-Reed said she knew about vitamin D3. Well, that's good. You're all in the minority, I telling all you. Let me ask you all a question. You all ever hear about something known as pycnogenol? I'll post something in my, because when we finish do what we do in here in terms of thing, and we get back up our website running with everything, because we just had, some situations with those payment portals, because once we start to take international orders, we deal with international credit cards, and that's a whole complete different ball game there. So we getting that sorted out. But the point I'm making, you ever hear about something known as Zai Chambers says she never knew about D3 before COVID. I know a lot of people didn't know about that. A lot of people do not know about that. Do you know that there are more absorbable forms of magnesium? It has some magnesium you could buy, but you take that and I go straight out of the toilet. So I'm just trying to help you guys to understand that there are things that you could use. Though you mightn't like how your hair looking. You find your hair thin, it falling. You find all of a sudden you're seeing good. Men, you reach a certain age and you might say, but what's going on here, boy? You find you was getting erection before, nothing going on. You're getting, you can't maintain. You find you ain't have no feeling. Ladies, well, women, all they suffer from this plenty. All they lack and not, all they just don't want nothing. Don't watch me, don't touch me, don't talk to me. Poor husband suffering. We have thing for that. You start to take that woman's formula. Let me come by me. Come by Batson Associate. When I say come by me, not by me personally, yeah? But all you understand what I mean. Give all a nice cleaner, start to drink the alkagen water, take a nice sand tool and clean out everything there, and give all some women's formula. We have a product called Revitalizer, and it have a new one we're going to get just now. And all I'm going to call that product is pink for the girls and blue for the boys. I like Bacchanal. Pink for the girls, blue for the boys. That's the name of the product. Watch ruction in the place. Because that's part of life. You can't be living here with your husband, you have your wife, and you ain't doing nothing going on there. When people jump in fence in the night, then you're vexed. No, 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 no. Mind your business and deal with your business home. If you ain't dealing with your business, somebody go deal with it for you. That's part of life. Miss Anita Ramlal Fraser says, only started to take D because I had a Hashimoto's. Okay, good. And we dealing with that too. All right, Miss Maria Cooper, good morning to you. Right, Mr. Carter, sir. The ball in your court, sir.
Yes. I was laughing when you said
You was laughing. Yeah, they were saying you don't mind your business. That people just talk like if I'm not taking nothing for my boy. Well, you sit down there and play stripping and let your wife leave you or horn you. All of these big people, we know where we live in, we know what's going on. Come on, common sense make before book. Stop talking foolishness and fix yourself.
Don't go by Batson. We have a question. Restlessness. We have a caller here who has restlessness. They can't sleep and they can't stay still. What do you have to recommend there?
You can't sleep and you can't stay still. Well, if you have restless, so well, I don't know if your diagnosis was restless leg syndrome or you're just generally restless. You don't sleep properly. You have problem falling asleep, remaining asleep. We could fix that. Your first thing is your water. And you all should realize how genuine I am in what I do. You know, I could go and tell you, go and buy a bottle and every store and buy this and buy that and buy the other. But I'm telling all you, if you do not drink sufficient water and you are dehydrated, you're wasting the product. You will get maximum results in a properly hydrated body. Ask the clients we have. There's a reason why people get the results that they get. I tell you, the man moved from stage 4 kidney, stage 4 to stage 2. Man, and watch me, we have every blood test. He had the blood test, I had the blood test. So me lying, me I come this hour the morning, 11:04 on Resurrection Sunday to come and light all. Yeah, well, nah, if I should get some lightning bolt when I walk out of here or something, I have nothing to do. Is either you want help or you don't want help. Ms. Ria Harikissoon says, I took vitamin D3 and zinc before COVID. That's great. Yeah, so that restlessness, listen to me. Your alkagen water, advanced chlorophyll will help you. Hit a nerve restore and hit a well, again, I'll give you the boy. A Santulan. Take a clean out, 7-channel detox. Clean up that liver there. And I tell you, watch me sleeping like a baby. Hurricane come and you sleeping in the hurricane. Serious business. So feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind those telephone numbers, those locations. Keep in mind we have our open clinic day for the Shogunas office. That is going to be for the rest of the month. The dates that we have Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, and we have Wednesday the 19th of April. And we also have Monday the 24th, Tuesday the 25th, and Wednesday the 26th of April. God's willing. So you can call the telephone number for Shogunas. Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey-Mouch Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. I'm actually working St. James this Wednesday. I'm going to be a diligent human being and make sure that I reach 10 o'clock on the dot. So I had to make sure I get up early, go gym, make sure I eat early, everything, organize myself. Because you see, I'll take some time to get myself in a gear, you know. I mean, if the doctor ain't good, the doctor can help all, you know. And I am not, all ain't killing me before my time. I had to make sure and be in proper form to take care of all you. Agreed? Good. Brindle King says, how much water should you drink a day? The rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. Sexy Kitten Tutte asks that. And if you see Sexy Kitten picture, I ain't able to tell you, know. Trini Flavor 205. Paul Boss. Watch me, these Instagram. Instagram don't have a rule for names or something like that. Like you could just call yourself anything on Instagram.
You could go to some of the
Well, it looks well clearly. Some of these names I see here, these things they may song into Christian and this is song into Resurrection Sunday at all. But anyway, your name is your name. I'm getting involved. Erica Calendar says, good morning, Doc. What would you prescribe for bone pain? Miss Calendar, it depends on your bone pain. You're sure you didn't break your foot, you didn't sprain an ankle or nothing. Once it is not a broken or a fractured anything, then it means we need to fix your bones. CMOS. And you watch me, we get CMOS and all, yeah, and we get more CMOS. Come across a brand of CMOS there. I'm very impressed with them. I used it, the CMOS, watch me. If you see that CMOS yield nice, I get 2 big containers. Just this morning, I take some. Miss Maria Cooper says, Dr. Batson, are you forgetting how, oh, Dr. Batson, you're forgetting Genesis, how good it is? Yes, Maria Cooper. Boss product. That's the next product I have a lot of belief in. In my earlier years when I started working, I had a lot of cancer patients, and that was one of the products that I used. Men, I will continue to talk to you. Okay, Joey Francis says, good program, doctor, as usual. Celicia Charles says, what would you prescribe for high blood pressure? Celia Charles. First thing, Miss Charles, check your water. Second thing, Miss Charles, check what you're eating, the meat. I don't know if you're a meat mouth, if you might be a vegetarian with high blood pressure. And then it depends on what causing your high blood pressure. Remember, you guys, I was telling you all that it have primary hypertension and secondary hypertension. Well, I should really get an award. Everybody I dealt with last week who had hypertension, they all told me that they never know that it had primary and secondary hypertension. So that's why I tell all you have a lot of sick people out there and you don't know where you're sick with. And then these lovely people has been looking at you and telling you, don't go. Well, I am not a herbalist. And when people call me a herbalist, I become highly offended. My master's is in botanical medicine. So I'm way more advanced than a herbalist. So please. But I just take it because, I mean, sometimes I just think to correct people. I just don't bother. But in any case, you have to understand when you're dealing with hypertension, circulation is important. Free advice here. Get a bottle of olive oil and start taking a teaspoon of olive oil twice a day, in the morning and the night. Anytime you could use it before your meals, preferably before meals. Okay? Roses Danielle says, always informative. God bless you always. Thank you so very much for that. And you all don't understand when people tell you God bless you, I really take that to heart, because I believe God has continued to do that, and I take in my blessing, and I'll try to help as much people as possible. I believe, as I was taught, service to man is service to God. All right. Express Love 8 says, good morning. Sexy Kitten 30 say, I have a lots of cats and I love them. So I came from them. Okay. All right, Sexy Kitten, I hear you. Mr. Carter, you, sir.
Yes. All right. We have a question here. So just to know if you could repeat what they can take for swollen feet and fibroids as well.
Oh, swollen feet and fibroids. I was saying one of the products that we carry at Batson and Associates that works really well for swollen feet is something called inflammation formula. Watch me. This product is working record time in Trinidad, in Tobago, overseas. The fastest testimony with that product, apart from significant reduction of joint pain and body pain, people who have arthritis and that type of thing, the next fastest results with inflammation formula is reduction of swelling in the feet. In fact, there is nobody who ever came to Batson and Associates that had swollen feet that when they came back for the revisit, whether 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 6 weeks after, the feet was still swelled. It gone completely. Gone. Gone. That's the next thing easy. When I hear people foot swell for years, I want to know who's your doctor. You ain't coming by Batson. Not by me. All right. Joe Moore Alexander says, good morning, doc. What would you prescribe for neuropathy? And it's the same thing I was saying. When you're dealing with neuropathy, you have to fix circulation first. So anyone who has neuropathy has seriously compromised peripheral circulation and systemic circulation, which is circulation in the extremity, circulation below the heart. So it's very, very important. Someone is asking, if you have high cholesterol, can you take olive oil daily? Yes, you can. And what I'm going to do, the next program I do for you guys, so next Sunday, we're going to do an extensive program on cardiovascular disease and cholesterol. I need to address this cholesterol, this elephant in the room with people talking about cholesterol and your cholesterol high. And listen to me. If you all understand the human body, the laws of anatomy and physiology, you'll understand that if you have a healthy, well-functioning liver, you know what you have? No cholesterol problem. Always remember that your liver is the organ responsible for the production of cholesterol. If your liver is functioning properly, you do not have a high cholesterol problem. People who have high cholesterol, there is a liver challenge that you have that you need to correct. We have liver tea. We're actually getting back a liver cleanser. I dedicate a whole liver cleanser to you guys as well too. So check all yourself. Give us a call. Those telephone numbers again. You can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261. So keep in mind, even though you would have called or you would have messaged anytime from Friday, those messages will not be dealt with until Tuesday morning because we close for this entire piece of the holiday, right, guys? But that doesn't stop. Send the message. Send the messages. They're going to make sure and check all the phones, the 222-8261, the 3149975. St. James is 220-8113. I'm actually working in St. James on Wednesday, God's willing. Is it Wednesday or is it Tuesday, boy? No, I believe it's Wednesday, yeah, because I changed the day because Shagwanas would have gotten me the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, and then we go over the 24th, 25th, and the 26th. So I would have given St. James Wednesday coming here, and Wednesday's coming is the 12th. The 12th. Okay, guys? And then that marathon situation, I will deal with that for St. James. You guys will get yours, as I said, at the end of May. So most likely we're looking at June because of what we have to do in Tobago, God's willing. Okay, guy? Pamela Moses, Doc, my cholesterol is 165. Is it too low? That's good. You could get up a little bit if you could go up to like about a 185. I always tell people women's cholesterol should be at least about 185. It's very good because it helps to maintain your skin. If your cholesterol is too low, your skin don't look as nice. You know, your skin don't look full. Your face tend to look drawn and your skin tend to look very saggy and that kind of thing. When your cholesterol all like for, I would say comfortably, and this is going in again, the controversial zone. So if it is you hit like about a 185, you're nice, Miss Moses. Everything will full out. You're going to be in business day. And men, you don't want your cholesterol to go too low either. With men, your cholesterol should be like about a 190, 200. Even if you're a male and your cholesterol is 210, 220, I wouldn't make fuss about that. The reason being, as men, as it relates to male sexual function, you need cholesterol in order to maintain, in order to get and maintain a or an erection. So it's very important, that spongy tissue that makes up that organ, it is very important that your cholesterol, because that will keep the younger version of you in a particular order. All right. St. James number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. Miss Rose Dial, ask for that. Roses Dial. So St. James number again is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And that office is located at the Red Edge Mall. That's Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. It is the corner of Western Main Road and I think Muniram Street in St. James. Rena Noel says Dr. Batson is alkagen water, the same as alkaline water. Thank you. Well, alkagen water is a premium alkaline water. There are a lot of persons who have alkaline water throughout the country. Some of them claim to have alkaline water. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but I could speak about alkagen. All right. And that's just me dotting my I's and crossing my T's. I always tell persons I used to sell alkaline water before. And then there was a whole set of controversy some years ago where people was doing a bag of foolishness. And everybody just assumed because Dr. Batson was the more popular doctor talking about alkaline water, that all the alkaline and the water was on the market was mine. And that wasn't the case. So alkagen water is what belongs to Batson and Associates. Okay. Roses Dial says it is bad that my cholesterol is 240. Well, we could work on it. It's not bad, and I'm sure we could help you fix that. That as well too. Let me tell you guys something. The same person who got the results with the kidney, they also got exceptional results with the cholesterol because the cholesterol was always over 210 and 2 something, and it went down. We got them into a place where they're like about a 285, 280 all around there. Nice place to be. And as I said, if you, as men especially, it is important for proper male function, proper brain function, proper eyesight. Do you know every cell in the human body has cholesterol in it? So when people tell you your cholesterol too high and go and take, no, be careful. Be very, very, very careful because you have to look at short term is all well and good, but they put people on statins for years. And if you look at the documented research on statins, you will realize they cause problems with dementia and Alzheimer's and a sort of thing, make you start to forget, you know your name, you know you're going to cupboard for and all kind of thing. When there's a liver problem you have and you just need to fix it and maybe drink some water and take a little clean out. So check out our products. At Batson and Associates, Santulan, which is the 7-channel detox. Santulan cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. We also have Nerve Restore. Those of you who may have challenges sleeping, those of you who may have challenges with depression, anxiety. I feel so sorry for people, all this anxiety, and that's something we deal with too. If you know somebody, you're depressed, you're not sleeping, you have anxiety, you're shaking, your nerves bad. We fixing nerves by Batson and Associates. Miss Kamala Samaru says, Dr. Batson, can I use Nerve Restore and Inflammation formula together with my regular vitamins like B12, D3, vitamin C, and fish oil? Of course you can. Roses Dindial, okay, she says, thank you. So it is now 11:18 a.m. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. Keep in mind our open clinic day. Let me say again a pleasant good morning to the listeners of Sky 99.5. I hope that our program this morning would have caught you in good health. And those of you who are not in good health, let us pray that you do get some sort of relief and get some information as to help yourself. Roses Dinley, say, see you on Wednesday, please God. No problem, my dear. And for St. James, I will boldly say for St. James, Wednesday, I will take a walk-in. So I will do a walk-in clinic for St. James on Wednesday. I'm going to make sure and be there for 10. And we take clients. We're not leaving until we finish the last client. Okay, so that number for St. James again is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. Debe is the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Shogunas is, of course, head office. That's the first floor of Money Talks building. And I know it is our first floor building. But of course, remember Londonville, that is going to actually be an arthritis center, pain and arthritis, cardiovascular center as well. So, we look forward to that being opened in due time. Okay, those of you who are overseas and need to book an online consultation, the telephone number you can call is 868. That's 868-373-2388. That again is 868-23 868-373, my apologies, 2388. Miss Pat Ashton says, God's richest blessings to you and your family. Thank you so very much. So over to you, Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes. Speaking about certain colors, there's someone who mentioned a certain color that you would have highlighted, that is pink. She wants you to know, happy holidays to Dr. Batson, God's blessings to him, and I want the pink for the girl. All right, so
No problem. She ready for the pink. Don't worry. Pink launching just now. I remember when I was doing that product, I was like, what would I call this? And I was like, listen to me. Pink is for girls, blue is for boys. Pink, blue. End that story. So don't worry, pink coming just now.
you have two boys, no see another flavor.
Good morning. I wanted to find out about the elderly patient. She does not sleep. She does not sleep in the day, gives trouble to sleep in the night. So I was wondering, she is 86 years old, and I was wondering what I could do, if there is something I can give her to help her to sleep. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, and God bless. Good program.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, man, we could help. We could help Mama, man. 86, you say? Uh, that's a pretty easy. The thing is, what happen? People who have issues with sleeping is because the central nervous system may be a bit lethargic. It's not function as it should, especially if you get older. Now, I know there are some persons. Usually, you find this in the elderly. They tend to not to like to drink water. So I don't know what is her stance on the matter. If she does drink water, try and see if you could up her water intake or make sure she's taking at least her body weight divided by 2 in ounces, even if it is at least a 2/3 of that. So let's say for argument's sake, she weighs 160, sorry. Half of 160 is 80. That's going to be 80 ounces, which will carry us to maybe about 2 point something. So if she's doing at least a 1.5 to 2 liters of water, maybe 2.5 liters of water. Try and see if you could bring her at least up there. That is going to help. Nerve restore. Win, 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 win. You can't go wrong with that. Especially that product works for very young, elderly, adolescents. Good product. The good thing about it, that capsule is a big capsule. That's actually a 1,000 milligram capsule. So it's very easy to open the capsule and you can mix it in. I would recommend the inflammation formula. And persons who have challenges with sleeping, they have to look at their omega intake. Now, I know it wasn't necessarily controversy, but there was mention, and I had mentioned this before, the one of our former ministers of health had made there's a video going around where he was speaking about omega being a blood thinner. And he was correct in what he was saying in the sense that omegas have the ability to thin your blood. However, they do not behave the same as the rest of blood thinners. So they do not behave as aspirin. They do not behave like warfarin. They do not behave like Clexine and those other types of blood thinners. One. Two, you have to understand, and when you come to Batson and Associates, that is why you have to follow that long form that we have back and front, so we ensure we know what you are on. So once it is, we have an idea where that is concerned, then we could put the omegas accordingly. I'm a huge advocate, because one of the things was said is that the goodly gentleman said that a lot of people touting omega as the cure-all. And he, of course, was not in agreement with that based on the way the statement was said. And this is not me attempting to disrespect anybody or anything like that. I'm just stating a fact. Let me tell you something. If you look at the research that they have, the human diet 200 to 300 to 400 years ago consisted of a large amount of what? It had a large amount of seeds. It had a lot of grains. It had a lot of roughage. We have to understand that now we do what with food? We process food, everything in a box, it in a bag, it in a something. And food does not have the fiber that is supposed to be in it. Now, there are a lot of people who have little issues with seeds and certain type of seeds. But one of the things the New England Journal of Medicine had highlighted some years ago is in Europe, there was a significant decline in cognitive function. So what they realized, you all know what cognitive function is, right? So cognitive function is the ability to to reason, to know things like place and time and that type of thing. So it has to do with a certain aspect of intelligence. Now, what they realize is that cognitive function significantly declined in Europe as well as the United States. Well, you know them badly off long time because the diet is rubbish, trash. And Trinidad follows that diet, which is why we're in all the mess that we're in right now. We very Americanized every way. Is a fast food this and a fast food that. We ain't cooking food again. We're not exercising. We're not walking. So that's why we're in the problem that we're in. The point I am making is that your omegas are very important. You need guidance. That is why Batson here. So it's just like turmeric. Turmeric is a blood thinner. But when you're using turmeric, you don't want to use a whole bucket of turmeric every day to thin out your blood. There are ways to do things, and there is or are instructions in the way things are supposed to be taken. When you have someone like myself who is trained in clinical nutrition, not only at a bachelor's level, a master's level, but at a PhD level, and I'm actually in the process of doing an additional PhD for internal medicine. It is because we understand how important nutrition is. Me personally, and I always tell people this, I take no less than 600 milligrams of omega every day. Me personally. My heart good, my circulation good. You know why I take that? Because I want to maintain and enhance cognitive function. You notice this conversation that we are having, we have been speaking for almost 2 hours. I am not tired. I am not mentally exhausted. There's a reason for that. There's a reason I treat myself specifically in that vein. I don't want no Alzheimer's. I must remember my name till I dead and where I go in and who is children, wife, everything. I must be able to understand. And you can do so, but you have to understand that our diet is no longer the way that it was, and we have to play catch up. You're not, so things like your almonds and your cashew, and people just tell you, don't eat cashew nuts because your cholesterol will go up. Well, you stay there and follow that piece of dotish advice. What do you think butter? Fried chicken? Hmm? What do you think better? All this that are saturated, all this that are butter, all you like to be spreading. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get some olive oil. Look at a cold pressed coconut oil. Get some coconut oil. And use it. A teaspoon of coconut oil every day wouldn't kill you. If you don't like how it is, stay, squeeze a lime in it. But stop making excuses. Why do you think vascular dementia is now a part of the medical conversation when vascular dementia was never a thing in medicine 15, 20 years ago? What you used to hear they talking about? They used to talk about salinity. They used to say, oh, you're getting senile. Then they move from senile to Alzheimer's. Now you're hearing Alzheimer's. Every day they're finding a new problem, but they're not finding a new solution. And we want solutions. You can't tell me you go to a doctor, you forgetting your name, you're forgetting where you're living, all kind of thing, and you ask them how to help you, and they tell you it has no cure for that. You're getting old. So where went they for? So how come the Japanese in Japan who live into over 100 years, how come mommy over there remember she know to spell? Listen to me, it are people in Japan who in the 90s and doing PhD and masters and all kind of thing. So how at that age these people have retainance, they have cognitive function. What they doing different? Hmm? Regina Murray says, what is the better omega to use? Well, that's a bacchanal. What I will tell people, I'm very brand specific, and the brands that I carry at Batson and Associates, those are the ones that I advocate. All right. Grace Williams says, Dr. Batson, I love that pink is for the girls and blue is for the boys. Good. Great program as always. God's blessing to you. Thank you so very much, Miss Grace Williams. Vidya Abdul says, morning and evening before your meal. Yes, correct. Cherise Williams says, hi, Dr. Batson. I just have been listening to your live program now on 99.5. I need to see you as soon as possible. All right, Miss Williams. Well, we have open clinic day in Shogunas, and we have that next week, Monday, which is the 17th. We have it the 18th, which is Tuesday, and we have it the 19th, which is Wednesday. Then we go over the next week, and we go to the in St. James, God's willing, I'm working Wednesday here. And of course, we have the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So, Miss Williams, choose your day, make your call, If you're calling Shogunas, that number is 2228261. That's 2228261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road. That's 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Let me say a pleasant good morning again to my very talented and hard-working colleagues, the senior consultants at Batson and Associates, Ms. Karishma Ramdan, Mr. Paul Green, Mr. Stefan Vialva, and Mr. Rene Bastamante. Very qualified team. They know their stuff. We know our stuff, and it's about helping people. You want help? Let us help you. Zaya Chambers is saying, is this program recorded? Yes, it is. You could actually, it is going to be on the live, and you could also forward it. You could share it, like it, whatever the case may be. Someone on Instagram was asking me a question, and I think they were wondering if I was seeing the question. I tried to go up, but for some reason, I think I lost it. Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes, my
How are we
friend.
going on your end there, sir?
All right, we have another voice note, so let me play that for you, listeners. She's been waiting a while to play this voice note. So,
Good morning, Dr. Batson, and good morning, Mr. Carter. I'd like to know the inflammation tea. If I can get a number to order it, please, and if someone can drop it home for me in San Brandy. Thank you. Because I have swollen knees, I have inflamed knees also because as a result of gymnastics and sports and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So I need something for these inflamed knees. Thank you.
Okay, good. Nice voice, Bob. Yeah, definitely. Well, we do have road delivery available. It is the inflammation formula as well as the circulation tea. So I don't know if it is your so it's the inflammation formula, circulation tea. We also have joint tea as well. But what you can do, the telephone number again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And you can get the information there, and we have road delivery available, and we do deliver to Sandy Grande. We actually have a lot of clients on that side. Okay, so that telephone number again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. C. Duki says, good morning, doctor. Very informative program as always. Also, someone is asking if I could give the recipe that I gave for the liver cleanser. I'm going to try and do that before we finish. What I could say is, again, that open clinic day. Well, I will do one open clinic day in St. James. This should be this Wednesday from 10 a.m. You guys can call St. James. That St. James number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And that office is located at the Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. It is the corner of Western Main Road and Muniram Street in St. James. The telephone number for St. James office is 220-8113. Let me say it's 220-8113. Let me say a pleasant good morning to my hardworking colleagues at the St. James office. Miss Eleanor always doing a wonderful job. Miss Eleanor remind me of my great-grandmother. Thorough, to the letter, to the point. And watch me, when Miss Eleanor she calling you, very thorough. Pleasant good morning to Mr. Paul Green, always working hard there, Mr. Montoot. And well, Mr. Bastamante usually works in that office as well. So pleasant good morning to you guys. Miss Vidya Subnat. She says, good morning, Dr. Batson. Just wish you and yours a blessed Holy Easter. God's blessings to you. What can you use for an athlete's toe? Use a lot of antifungal cream, but it's not going. Okay, good. There's a soap that we carry, which is a silver soap. That is going to help. But when you're dealing with a toe, anytime you have fungus in your toes, Trinidad and Tobago, the listeners of Sky 99.5, you're not dealing with a fungus. That's not external, that's internal. So I also recommend the Santulan, which is a 7-channel detox. It cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. All right. Josie says, always interesting and informative. Thank you, Dr. Batson. Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, my dear, I understand you are back in the country. So nice to have you here. safe. Looking forward to see you in Debe, the 1st, the 2nd, or the 3rd. In fact, Debe, we're going to run for that entire week. So it's going to be with the exception of Thursday, because you guys know I have program on Thursday. So let me just answer this question quickly before we finish on our Instagram. Keep in mind, those of you who have been listening to us, we are live on our social media platform. So kindly like us, share us, add us. Check us out on our TikTok. We know on TikTok actually, and Discipline Child asked the question, Dr. Batson, I'm listening to you on YouTube. However, I am asking on Instagram about the three-day water fast and how would you break it? Oh, okay. So let me answer that quickly. What you need to do, listen to me. When you're doing a fast and water fast, if you're doing a water fast for 3 days, make sure you okay. And this question came at a time. So what I'm going to have to do, am I going to do a live for you guys later, boy? I wonder, I will speak to Shakil because I don't know what Shakil is doing tomorrow, please God, and I don't just want to take Shakil time just so. So if Shakil permits me, based on what we're doing, we will do a live, I will do a live for you guys tomorrow, please God. Let me tell you when tomorrow I could do this live. Tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is Monday, right? Well, Easter Monday. We'll do that live tomorrow. In fact, no. I will do the live tonight. So I'll do a live tonight for you guys. I'll do it tonight from 8 to 9:30. So I'll do a live for an hour and a half. And that will be to answer some of these questions that I wasn't able to answer here. So God's willing, tonight at 8, we go from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And it's going to be mostly question and answer. And I'm going to touch on this intermittent fasting. I'm also going to highlight the recipe that I spoke about for liver health, which sorts of coincide with what it is we talk about as regards to our to cholesterol. Okay? So because our time is basically up, it's now 11:37. Let me just give you those telephone numbers quickly again for the Shoguna's office. Keep in mind our marathon clinic day with yours truly, Dr. Batson, and our other consultants. I usually work in Shogunas one day, which is Wednesday, but I have now worked in Shogunas the 3rd, the 4th, which is Monday and Tuesday, and I also work the 27th, the 28th. So I'm going to work the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, and I'm also going to work 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. And this is to facilitate persons who would have been waiting for appointments, a lot of persons who want to see us, that type of thing. So you're going to get that live. The live is going to be on, it's not going to be on our radio station. It's going to be basically on our social media platforms. We'll be live on our WhatsApp, which is Batson, not WhatsApp, sorry, Facebook, my apologies, which is Batson and Associates Limited. Instagram is Batson and Associates TT, and YouTube is Batson and Associates Trinidad. Okay, so look out for that live tonight from 8 to 9:30. Join us and we'll answer your question. Discipline child, I'm going to do a whole aspect on fasting and who can fast, because fasting is not for everybody. If you have diabetes, you have to know how you're fasting, especially when you're doing the intermittent fast. Okay, so again, that telephone number for Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. WhatsApp is 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Debe is 222-223-7515. And St. James, which I'll be working on Wednesday, God's willing, from 10. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. To the listeners of Sky 99.5, may God continue to bless you and yours. Be safe. Today is Sunday, so make sure to have some salad to go with that pie and whatever you're eating today. Make sure and have a little bush in there, right? Mr. Carter, sir, always a pleasure to be in your company. Likewise. And till next week, please God, do enjoy the rest.
Take vacation and be safe as always.
I will, sir. Take care.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Record.
Yes, guys. So, Miss Frederica Joseph, she says, thank you, Dr. Batson. Great program today. Good information, great product, and wonderful staff. Hello to Miss Roma. God bless you all. Miss Vidya Subnat, I am presently using the Sandlan, but thanks to you, will check out that soap. Okay, great. So guys, you heard it. So tonight, we have a live from 8 to 9:30, and we'll be going over those fastings, going through those type of things, and we'll see how we go in there. Anita Ramlal Fraser says, making my salad now. LOL. Okay, good. So glad to hear. So guys, with that being said, do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. See you guys later. And remember our walk-in clinic day for the Shaguanas office, 17th, 18th, and 19th, as well as the 20. I'm keeping forgetting this. I think it's 24th, the 25th, and the 26th.
Which one it is?
Yeah. No, I added days.
Oh,
Yeah, because we were doing 17, 18, and 19, and that was supposed to finish. But we'll do 17, 18, 19, 24, 25th, and 26th. So I'll give them a next week.
okay.
Okay, guys. So God bless, and we'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.